Okay, y'all, it's 1 o'clock.
Hey.
It's 1 o'clock. It's time for the virtual text expo.
You said you were going to sing that.
No, I got a whole song. I haven't sung it yet. I'm gonna be singing that shortly. No worries. You will be able to get the first-hand scoop of our jingle.
Our little jingle.
Yes.
It's not a little one.
It's an amazing one.
Sipping our tea.
But I kind of forgot it.
I don't believe.
Can you remind me how it went?
We're at your service.
I forgot. How did it go?
Oh, we're at the virtual text expo. We're at the virtual text expo. That's what you said, remember? We're at the virtual text expo.
Yeah, I think you're, I think he was a little, I think I had a little bit like, virtual text, you know what I mean?
Hey, virtual text expo. Virtual text expo. Virtual text expo.
So, yeah, I felt like in my spirit, that's how I felt it went, but I could be wrong. Welcome, guys, again to the Virtual Text Expo. We're going to give y'all just a minute to kind of come in because we know a lot of you guys kind of came in late last week, and y'all missed a lot of the good tax tea. That's what we sipping on, and that's what we sharing with y'all today. So we're going to give you a few minutes, just a few minutes to come in, but we'll be here every week at 1 o'clock for half an hour because we feel like, we ain't got all day either. Period.
So we're going to give them a little minute to come in before we start our welcomes and our tea.
Our salutations. How was your week?
Well, my week was loaded with a lot of new adventures and ideas. And a lot of the ideas are going to be implemented soon.
Hey.
So, how was yours?
My weekend was great. Thanks for asking. My week, actually, it's been a week since, we was here. So I had a really great week. We did a video shoot this week.
Yes.
Did some set designing, some producing, some directing.
Behind the scenes filming.
Did a couple commercials, radio commercials. Put together a few animations. So production life is what's up.
Yes.
And we're also building and moving into our tax life and just getting everything ready for tax season. So
yes,
we've been working. I've been working. So good week, very productive week, and I'm looking forward to an even better
and more to come.
Happy New Year.
I know.
That was last year.
2021. Looking out for amazing things, though.
Yeah, I ain't doing the stuff I was just doing last year. I'm doing new things.
That's a prelude.
Yeah, I'm doing new things. Okay, so welcome, guys, to the Virtual Tax Forum, presented to you by At Your Service Tax Prep. Welcome.
I'm Mimi, your go-to girl. Sorry.
No.
And before we start, we have to do a little housekeeping. We need you all to log on to aystaxprep.com and book an appointment for anyone that needs consultations or to set up a session with us.
Exactly. That is one of the services that At Your Service Tax Prep will be offering. It's a free consultation, and we're going to be talking about that more later into our expo. But yeah, so thanks for tuning in with us. We are your virtual tax pros. My name is Patrice, and this is Mimi, and we're just here to give you some tax tips that will help you save you some money this tax season. And not only that, to kind of just build you up to save money for yourself in the future when it comes to doing your taxes, whether that's personal, whether that's business.
Yes.
No matter what your tax situation is, At Your Service Tax Prep is here to assist you. Bam. We your virtual tax pros.
Oh, the jingle.
And this is the great thing about our service. Just because of the coronavirus and everything that's going on, we're able to offer you a virtual and mobile tax experience
Yes.
for those that don't feel comfortable coming out to out of their house, but still want a tax expert to handle their taxes.
Yes.
So that's a service that we're definitely offering. That's going to be virtual. It's going to be a mobile. And for those who really still need that one-on-one consultation,
just hit us up.
We got you. So AYS Tax Prep is the website. Go there, schedule your appointment, and we'll be there to assist you. So should we just go ahead and get into
Let's get to the juice of the expo for this week.
So last week, we kind of just touched a little bit on just like why we decided to do the tax expo. And just based on our years of experience combined, one of the things that we find out is that a lot of people are really don't know a lot when it comes to their taxes. A lot of people trust the DIY tax software, and a lot of times you find that you end up losing a lot of money just because you don't know the tax benefits that are available to you.
And they should know the basics, at least when you attempt to do your own taxes as well.
Right. But sometimes you don't, and that's okay. We busy living our life, right? Ain't nobody got time. That's why we have tax experts, like you said, and that's something that we do. My bad, cousin. I'm gonna call you. I got you, cousin. It was like, I got a tax question. Please stop tripping. You can answer it in the group, and and I think it actually fit into what today's topic is. You can just pull it back up. She's dramatic. One of her feeds just died, so she's like.
So why does it do that?
I don't know, boo boo.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Look at that.
Yeah. So let's go. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So we're basically offering this service because we just want to give you guys tips to help you save money. Even if you decide to do your taxes yourself, and even if you have tax questions, we are the people that you should ask those questions. So last week we kind of talked about that. And just the kind of fact that when it comes to the IRS, there's this fear that, oh, it's the IRS. I don't want to deal with them. When you have a tax preparer, that kind of takes that fear away. You have a professional that actually is going to represent you when you have those tax questions. So that's another thing you should definitely consider this tax season, just when you think about some ways that you can actually save some money.
Mm-hmm.
So
last week we ended with amended taxes. A few people had questions about amending their taxes if they will.
Well, hold on. And I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to be talking to you. But last week, we had 5 tips for you guys. But what we found out is that y'all had a lot of questions, didn't they?
Business is a lot of business.
Yes.
A lot of business questions.
General, a lot of questions. And even when we were talking about that, one of the things that we wanted to mention is that not only do we help you prepare your taxes and set you up in a great tax situation, but for those businesses that kind of need assistance, and even in setting up your companies, that's the service that we also provide, right?
Yes, that's true. That's true.
So, and I'm sorry, Mimi. So you guys had a lot of questions, and I think Mimi had kind of decided one of the questions that she wanted to pull is about the amended taxes, right?
Yes, amended taxes. And we just wanted to give you some brief things about the amended taxes that a lot of people don't know. Some of you may, as far as that we all know that amended taxes, they have to be paper, cannot be e-filed.
Well, hold on. What? Yes. You be moving so fast.
How? When I move so slow.
What are amended taxes and why? What is amended taxes and why would somebody need to amend their taxes?
Because, a lot of people will have to amend their taxes if they have to correct or add income. Like you got a W-2 that came later, then they want to amend it to their taxes. So when you amend your taxes, a lot of people will think, I think I had a math error on it. You don't have to amend your taxes for math errors because most of the time the IRS catches that for you. And they'll let you know, hey, you're off or you're wrong or you're over, you're under.
And a lot of times when it's just a simple math error, it really won't even slow up the process because that's something that they automatically just recalculate,
Yes.
get it
Anyway.
correct. Like they're gonna check the numbers anyways.
Yes.
So they'll deduct that anyways.
So a lot of people, when they have to have their taxes amended, you'll know. The IRS definitely will reach out to you. There's usually like a 3-year limit that you can amend your taxes as well.
But what if they don't know? Like you did mention a good point. Like what if you file your taxes and you got your refund, but then you forgot you did that part-time job at whatever place, and they just now sending you the W-2 because maybe you moved or whatever that case may be.
Right.
You actually maybe do a refund on that money. So
and you want that money too.
Yeah.
But your key point was you have to wait for your original refund to hit. That has to come first before you amend your taxes.
Definitely.
And then you have to file Form 1040X. A lot of places that will do them for you, they offer the fees up front because it's something that cannot be e-filed. You have to actually put it in an envelope and mail it yourself. If you have prior returns, you have to put them in separate envelopes and put them in the mail itself, and allow up to 6 weeks for that.
16 weeks.
Oh, 16 weeks? Damn. Hey, because 6 weeks would have been better.
Yeah, that is right.
It would have been a lot better.
So definitely when you know. So, and then keep in mind, so you may be due a refund, but
you may not.
Yeah, what if you took out money in your retirement and you didn't pay taxes on that, or you got to actually depending on what your tax situation is, and then
everyone's is different.
Yes, so let's do that disclaimer, right?
Everyone's tax situation is different.
Exactly.
Not two are the same.
Never. Filing status, dependents, exemptions, deductions, it's all different. But the point is, and that's why you kind of want to make sure that you have someone that know what your tax situation is, because then they'll know the best way to handle your taxes.
Yes.
And why? To make sure that you get the most.
It's always about the most money.
Right. You want to maximize your refund.
You work hard for your dollars, and you want to make sure that you get everything that's due to you, and you're not just giving it away, with no knowledge of where it's going.
And I think, and this is one of the things that we were actually talking about, and we talk about a lot, is that being tax prepared, we actually see where a lot of our customers have been missing out on money that they could have claimed just because they didn't know. So the information is there, and sometimes you don't have to know it, but you just make sure you go to the people that actually know it.
And a lot of people don't know to ask. A lot of people don't even know that the option is out there. So you need someone that will bring it to them.
Yeah.
Virtual tax pros.
Yeah. It's a lot of work, a lot of research.
It is. So we do the research so you don't have to.
Yes.
Okay?
Right. Okay, so you see how I just get so sidetracked.
And you do that.
So bring us all back, because we were actually talking about amendments. So some of the reasons why people want to amend their taxes is because maybe they got a W-2, maybe they receive, sometimes with the health savings account, you receive a 1090A maybe a while later.
Yes.
That's something that you will actually have to actually file an amendment on as well. So depending on what the situation is, a lot of times, like maybe say, you will probably get a letter or something in the mail, or you'll receive something. If you have a question, you can always call the IRS too and ask them what you need to do, and then go to your local tax preparer or call somebody at TurboTax and be like, what I got to do? And then hopefully they'll answer and help you.
No, don't call TurboTax. You call at your service tax preparation and let us answer that question for you, please.
Please. We're here for you. Yeah. So, and that process is a long process. You're going to be looking at 16 weeks. If a return is due for you. If you owe taxes on that, you want to go ahead and just pay something at that point when you send in your return, which is going to be a mailed-in paper return.
Yes.
One envelope each year.
Yes.
And what was the other?
And it was prior 3 years.
Yep, and 3 years. So
3 years.
That's kind of covering some of the information with the amendments. Are any other points that we want to mention? Let's see.
Well, some other points where if you filed your tax return and you forgot to attach a document to it, like a schedule, You don't have to worry about amending your taxes to add that schedule, add that document. The IRS will reach out to you to do that and let you know what to do from there.
Right. And then another thing that to remember always when doing your taxes and with dealing with the IRS, like that you do have rights as a taxpayer. They do have advocates that you can talk to that will actually speak to the IRS on your behalf.
Yes.
So it doesn't have to be a scary process for you. So always keep that in mind when it comes to the IRS. You don't have to be scared. Yes. So, bam. So
and always track your amended tax return too.
Yes.
Always track it.
For sure. Now, what were some other questions that we had?
Well, a lot of questions were from business owners, and so that's why we said this week we were going to focus on the business owners aspects of the taxes.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then some of the questions were...
Hey, cousin. Hey, thanks for checking in. Hey, Gina.
They're doing it.
Hey.
They're checking in.
Yeah, I see you on there. We're doing taxes this year, buddy. Come and let us prepare your taxes, sir.
And like I said, we have to do that housekeeping again. Go aystaxprep.com.
Yes, please.
And book.
Yep. And that's going to be your free consultation. That's going to be your initial consultation where we'll discuss what your specific tax situation is. And if you have questions, that'd be a perfect time to ask them then. And then it's like a no obligation consultation. At that point, if you decide that you want us to prepare your taxes, then we'll schedule an appointment. Whether that's going to be virtual, whether that's going to be mobile, we're going to upload the documents, do everything all on a secure network.
Yes.
And get your taxes prepared this tax season. So
Yes. Appointments are filling up fast, so
yes.
Please make your appointment as soon as possible.
Yes. Let's see. You know what? Hey B, thanks for checking in. I think he had a question for you.
Oh, did he?
Okay, business tax credit. That's a great question. And then a lot of that really, everything, really what we're saying. Well, let's go back to our disclaimer. And I always kind of want to just say, like, what we're saying in the tips that we always share is really general.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's tax situation is different. So that's why you want to definitely make sure that you have that initial consultation just to know what your tax situation is. And then you'll know the best way to kind of handle your taxes for the tax season.
That's another question.
Hey, Mommy, checking in.
Okay. And I'm just waving.
So we're just kind of looking at I see you guys got a lot of questions.
We're reading at the questions. Yes, they do.
So what it means is that if you have a lot of questions, what you need to do is go to that website right there. Look.
Going across. AYS.taxprep.com.
I did that backwards.
It went that way.
Yeah. My dyslexia, I don't know how to work this.
And we will get to those appointments as well. So you'll get to choose what day, what time you want to set up your appointment. And definitely have all your questions and things answered. So we're going to answer it. Let me see one of them.
So he says, Yep. And that goes with the amendment. So, Dorico, great question. So his question was, I owe taxes and he found out that he's been filing wrong. Can he go back and for those 3 years? And yes, and you should have been logging in earlier because you must miss the whole thing about
unamended taxes.
And you're falling right in line with exactly what you need to do.
Yes.
And that's something that we can definitely take care of for you as well. So definitely reach out. We'll go ahead. I'll actually give you a call later on today, and we'll schedule some time to sit down and take care of you.
Definitely. We do prior years, so that will fall right into it.
And then you may. Ooh, that's a horrible picture of her. Because I did. Oh God, can I delete that whole thing in the life?
Okay.
Okay, so I had a moment. She had a moment. She had a whole moment. Yeah. So sometimes when you... Yeah. So sometimes when you are testing out new technology,
Yes.
you want to actually do that in a live, real life experience.
Mm-hmm.
And I was actually doing that earlier today, and
Well,
not
my
really
folks-
paying attention to what that the visuals were, because in production, like, visuals are very important.
So what had happened was.
So what had happened was, boy, I looked crazy.
So what had happened was.
But it's okay. That's me.
So my folks are not asking too many questions, because that's okay, because we can fill it in with all the answers. Most definitely. Most definitely.
So hey, Miss Stallworth, thanks for checking in. Hey B, thanks for checking in. Okay, I see you. Thanks for checking in, guys.
Yes, once again.
Make sure you like our posts. Make sure you share it with your friends. Yeah, please share. Please share. Let's get the word out.
And get all your questions out. Get your questions out so they can be answered as well. Make your appointment, schedule your appointment online. You can also give us a call at our text line at 513-341-6018. That's our text line. 513-341-6018. Okay.
So let's move on to some business stuff. And why actually knowing how to file when it comes to your business taxes is important. That's always going to be definitely important, because
You have to know when you're going to file.
Right.
Like quarterly, yearly.
Well, I think the most important thing about when it comes to business taxes is really knowing what type of business that that's funny. Knowing what type of business that you have, and really the best way you actually can file your taxes.
Right.
And this is kind of going back to the beginning of our daily disclaimer that everybody's different, but sometimes your business should be taxed maybe as a corporation versus a sole proprietorship, just based on the type of business that you have and the services that you're offering as well.
Right.
And then we kind of going back to when a lot of people don't even realize that, hey, it doesn't matter that you're selling candles on Etsy. You are a business owner. You are making purchases. You're getting cash flow in. That's something that you can write off on your taxes as well. Maybe you're using a percentage of your house to do business, or you're buying inventory, different things like that. Those are different things that's going to save you in your video. I say in your video because I'm reading. I can't do both. That's going to save you on your taxes. What you mean, Nikki? What's wrong with the video?
You're looking.
No, I'm talking to it here.
See a video.
Oh, maybe it's lag and slow on that side.
Looks like there's a delay on there.
Okay, let me see. Let me go back to here.
Good thing we're the IT on top of everything else.
So we're gonna slow down and see what our delay lag is, and just to see if it's us or how we're rocking here. Hey, love all over 2020. Thanks for joining us. The Virtual Tax Expo. You're here with your virtual tax pros, Patrice and Mimi, just giving you some tax tips on how to save you this tax season. So thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Visit our website at www.aystaxprep.com. Schedule your appointment for your consultation.
And that's going to be a totally free consultation. So you really have nothing to lose. Just to have that initial question, to ask whatever it is about your tax situation, to make sure that you're really just maximizing on your return this tax season. And for us, really, that is the main point, to make sure that you are maximizing on your tax return and setting yourself up to take advantage of of all the tax benefits that are available to you each year, because it does change. The tax laws do change.
And they do.
Steadily
change.
And especially with business this year, with a lot of the new, with the CARES Act, there's a lot of new tax breaks that's coming down the pipeline that's really going to affect a lot of the business owner taxes this tax season. So you want to definitely make sure that you're positioning yourself like the big companies do, to take advantage of those savings and save you some money.
And definitely.
That money should be into your pocket.
Because they're getting richer.
Yeah.
They're definitely getting richer.
Definitely. Thank you, Nikki.
Aww.
Is our video, I was thinking it was a lag, so we were trying to slow down to make sure it was catching up.
It's a little bit, I think it may be catching up. I think I just did that cut thing.
But this is always going to be like a 20-second.
Mm-hmm. It was right on point.
So, definitely if you're dealing with business taxes, there's a lot of different things to consider. Like the one that I'm saying is just basically on how your business is going to be taxed. You definitely want to make sure that you're keeping track of your business expenses and your income.
Yes, everything that comes in, you know, and everything that goes out as well. So you get the most of your deductions.
Mm-hmm. A lot of us are doing business, like we were kind of talking about at the beginning, at home, whether that's doing baking cakes, candles, it really doesn't matter. Those are the deductions, percentage of your homes, different things like that you can actually deduct. But be business mindful. One of the good things one of the things you kind of want to think about, run your business like a business. Have checks and balance, do accounting, keep track of what you're doing. Mm-hmm. And that's all going to save you in the long run. It's going to save you money in your taxes and definitely help you maximize on your return.
Right, and there's just one more service that at your service that we provide as well. You know, we do all that for you. We'll make sure that everything's in order. We'll make sure your business is legit, stays legit. Keep you up to code, so to say.
So you can actually file your taxes and feel comfortable and feel safe in what you're doing and how you're running your business.
Yes,
so that's definitely a point. So we were talking about another thing. I think we already talked about the estimated taxes. One of the things you may want to do when operating a business is do your estimated taxes. That way you don't have to pay that large lump sum in the end. And maybe if you overpay, you'll get a refund. Or maybe you have to pay less if your business did something different this year than what it would normally do. So that's always an option. And that's something that a tax preparer can help you prepare just for upcoming years on doing your estimated taxes. Keeping track of all your business records is going to be a great thing. There's a lot of things that you can definitely deduct from there. What are some other tips you think you want to do? You want to give them just to kind of wrap them up?
Well,
just to kind of wrap you up.
Well, yeah. To wrap it all up in a neat little bow.
Oh, and I think I talked about this yesterday, but you got one, or you want me to do one? Okay, the retirement contribution, because
always need your retirement.
One of the things, if you own a business or you're filing that, you can actually invest in yourself, and that's into your retirement. You can do that. It's tax deductible, and you actually have up until the end of the tax season to do it. And it actually lowers your tax liability. So why not invest into yourself versus having to owe more money at the end of the year for a tax refund? And that's definitely one of the things that you can do.
Because a lot of when you're if you have an employer back in the day when you used to work for people, you had that option of having retirement set up for you. But when you want to venture out on your own and become the entrepreneur that you all are out here, you have to set it up yourself. You know, you have to be mindful of your future. Definitely. Try to get you some long-term disability as well. You know, pay into that just in case something happens. You always have that backup.
Yeah. And again, everybody's tax situation is different.
It's set up different.
It just really depends on what your business is. But with each tax situation, there's still ways that you can maximize and deduct, just depending on what you're doing. So definitely look at what you've been doing. and see if you have questions about it. Definitely make sure you go to our website.
Yes.
And schedule just that initial consultation. It doesn't cost you anything. That is free. And then that way you can ask the tax questions. We can discuss what your tax situation is. And then if you decide to go ahead and file with your virtual tax pros, whether that's going to be through the mobile service, whether that's going to be through the virtual service,
Yes.
whether that's going to be through the in-person service, all of those services are available for you, for your convenience.
And if you have questions or if you need something answered that we didn't cover, let us know. Let us know what if you have any suggestions that we should say do for the next show for next week. Definitely put it in the chat. Let us know. Email us, call us, shout it out.
And our goal is each week, every Sunday. And thank you guys just for tuning in with us thus far. Is to really just give you different tax tips that's going to help you every year. Hey, Queen. Hey, Aziza. She's checking in with us.
Well, hi.
So just to help you save. So like Mimi said, if you have questions, make sure you email us, DM us. We'll definitely make sure we address those. Each week we're going to try to cover a different topic just to show you because it's so much information. And we just want to share that tax tea with you. So any questions, reach out to us. Our website, again, aystaxprep.com. We are your virtual tax pros. My name is Patrice.
And I'm Mimi.
So we'll see you each and every Sunday, every tax season. I say every tax season, each and every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
At 1 p.m.
Right here at 1 p.m. Tell a friend, bring a friend. If you would like to get tax tips that's going to help you save and maximize on your refund. That's going to be each and every year. So we're not only talking about maximizing on your refund this year, we're also talking about helping you build up and put yourself in a great tax situation for the following years. It's all about generational wealth. That's one of the things that we talk about a lot. And there's a lot of ways to help you get there. That's the goal.
New money.
That's the new goal. So yeah, thanks for logging in. We're like 2 minutes over our schedule. So we'll see you guys next Sunday. Please please share our page.
Yes.
Check out our website. Thank you guys for supporting us. And we'll see you guys next week.
See you next week.
We out, y'all.
Get your tax questions ready.
At the Virtual Tax Expo?
No, we're at your service.
No.
We're at your service.
See, the jingle was like Virtual Tax Expo. Oh,
Virtual Tax Expo.
You got the
Virtual Tax Expo.
You're on the
Virtual Tax Expo.
Tune in, yeah.
Virtual Tax Expo. With your virtual tax pros. With your virtual tax pros. At the Virtual Tax Expo.
Hey, y'all, next week we're going to really have a jingle.
We're going to have background dancers.
Yeah, we're going to the studio today because we get serious. Thank you guys for logging in. We'll see you guys next week. Bye. Virtual Tax Expo.
I don't have